first step in preparing our turmeric carrot hummus is to roast perhaps 2 carrots, medium-sized carrots. We're going to just put them in a foil here, wrap them up nicely, and we are going to pop this. Oh, don't mind me, I need to be a little bit neater, in terms of wrapping this, but we just want to wrap this up in our foil paper, and we're going to go ahead and put this in our oven at about 400 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe for about 40 minutes. The aim is that we want to roast the carrots. While that's happening, the next step is to drain the liquid from our chickpeas. Uh-oh, messy. All right, so we want to drain the liquid. Drain all that liquid from our chickpea. We're not going to discard off the liquid just yet because we're going to be using a little bit of this liquid in the recipe. But while that's happening, let's just set this to the side. I'm going to go ahead and pour our chickpea right here on a plate. I'm using the Grace chickpeas. You could actually make this recipe by getting your own chickpea and of course cooking it up. If you have a crock pot, that's an easy way to do it. So remember, make sure your hands are nice and clean because you're in the kitchen and you're preparing food. All right, now notice what's happening here. There's a little bit of trash to be found on the chickpea. You could choose to just use your hand and separate it, because what we really want is to get rid of the trash. We just want to get rid of that outer skin from the chickpea. And the reason for this is because we want to ensure that our mixture is going to be nice and smooth. Now, you could choose to do this by hand because this is a small amount, or you could actually try to wrap it in a hand towel and just rub your hands over it nicely, and of course the excess will come. So there you have it. The chickpeas is nicely de-skinned. I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm inventing that word for today. And I am going to go ahead now and I'm going to be popping it in. Voila, my Vitamix. All right, so let me just get all of this inside here. Now, you know the Vitamix is actually a powerful tool. This is it. Vitamix, the professional series. This is a very good kitchen gadget to have. I absolutely love it. It makes the whole process of being in the kitchen quite easy. So if it is that you don't have a Vitamix, you may actually want to consider getting one. So by the sound that you just heard, you know that my potatoes are fully not potatoes. By the sound that you just heard, you know that my carrots that I popped into the oven are now ready. Okay, so I'm just gonna allow it to cool down just a bit, and I am going to continue to add my ingredients to my Vitamix. So I have the chickpea in. Now, this is not necessarily a traditional way of doing a hummus by adding green seasoning, but I'm going to go ahead with a little bit of green seasoning because you know that for me, it is always about what? The depth of flavor. Now, the green seasoning here is going to be really good too because I'm going to be adding some coriander or coriander, some persons would say, some cumin or cumin as some persons would say, and I am also going to be adding some turmeric. So I figure it is important for me to do that. So here's another thing that I'm going to be adding. Just a tad bit of minced garlic. I mean, how do you get turmeric or curry or anything like that without garlic? So I'm going to be adding that as well. So to this mixture, the next thing is for me to pour in a little bit of lime juice or lemon juice. Just gonna pop my strainer, a very small strainer here, just to throw that in because I didn't strain before dropping it into my little shot glass. All right, so that's done. I have that, and I am also going to be going in with a little bit of the liquid, just a tad bit of the liquid, you know, from the chickpea. Now, I'm Jamaican, and again, as a Jamaican, you know how the thing said, we don't work with measurements. All right, so I'm gonna add the carrots and then add a little bit of olive oil. Again, this is just my take on a traditional hummus. I decided to mix and match and play with the things that we have here in Jamaica, or herbs and spices or seasonings, every little thing that makes us Jamaican. So I've gone in and I've added or roasted carrots. I've added a little bit of onion powder. I've added coriander, cumin, a little bit of salt and black pepper. And of course, I have added the turmeric. The next step now is to add the olive oil. Now again, you can use perhaps 1/3 of a cup of olive oil, or you can go in with more olive oil. It depends on how creamy you want this recipe to be. Let me just go in with just a little bit more. Now here's how you can kick things up a notch with this recipe. Just add a little piece of scotch bonnet pepper. You have to have that Jamaican flavor in whatever it is that you are doing. So I've added that, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop the lid on the Vitamix. Ooh, lid secure, and I'm going to go right ahead there, and I am going to be allowing this to blend up at about level 2, and I'm going to be keeping it at the low speed. So stay tuned. So this is the consistency that we're looking for. It's really nice. I'm just gonna go ahead and I am going to plate that up. So, ooh, look at goodness, look at niceness. Smells so divine. I mean, I wish to God there was a feature that allowed us to smell things via this medium. That's a lot. So the good thing about hummus is that you can keep it in your fridge for a considerable time, maybe up to 1 week. To this mixture, if you'd like, you could go ahead and add some more olive oil if you so desire. And now that this is done, I'm going to use a spoon and just spread this around a little bit. Now, if you'd like, you could go ahead and add some more olive oil to this mixture, but for me, it's fine. I don't need to add anything else. I like it just the way that it is. So I'm gonna go ahead now and just add in a little bit of diced sweet pepper. In fact, I'm gonna mix this around again. Just gonna add this, finishing touches. If you're a lover of carrots, and if you're a lover of chickpea, if you are a lover of spice, if you're a lover of curry or turmeric, this definitely is the recipe for you. You definitely want to be trying this. I mean, look at all that goodness. Also, if you are a type A blood type, you may actually want to give this a try. I don't want to mess the sides up because, you know, of course, I'm going to be plating. All right, so here we have it. You could serve this in a bowl, or you could just basically put some of this on a plate. It's really up to you, but for the plating process here, I'm going to be leaving it in this bowl. I'm going to serve this up with some cassava rosemary bread and also some plantain chips. So wait for the plating.
All aboard, cause the road I go start crash. Strap me in safely, the engine start up. Good food, me a pre can't get enough. It's vibing with Via. So grab your phone, grab your tablet. I this you can't miss. It's vibing with Via. And once you start this you can't quit. You are gonna love this. It's vibing with Via, vibing with Via. Yeah, we vibing with, yeah, we vibing with Via. Oh.